Okay, I am now broadcasting.
All right, I'll let you know when I got that. I got that pulled up. You get your in-game commentary off.
I can turn it off in game.
Yeah, I mean
I actually, I,
that'd be nice, huh?
I should have it off actually from the last time.
I mean, I've always got mine off. That's the way. That's the move. I'm waiting
I
for it
don't
to
know.
pop up, but then we should be all right. Did my
I,
own
I
stream popped up? That's for sure.
uh-huh.
Who won your division?
Ducky.
Bruh. Man, what a game yesterday, huh, fellas?
That was quite the game.
Bro, what a finish, dude. That was amazing. I hope something equally as amazing is on the horizon here between you and Bats, man.
Yeah. Do I need to be paused for long?
I mean, I'm waiting for the stream to show up. Like, I don't have, like, it's not being posted in the channel. I don't know if you have your Twitch linked.
I do. Oh, it just.
What just did? I just tabbed out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I do have
All
in-game
right,
commentary on.
we're good,
Want me to
man.
pause?
No, you just leave. I got it, bro. Good luck. All right. So we can turn that up. So here with some MKL playoff action, boys, we've got Doc, the former Super Bowl representative, and in the AFC, facing off against the Raiders, who were kind of a shock to win their division over Stinky, a former Super Bowl champion. And part of that was due to Doc's meticulous planning to force Stinky out of the playoffs by purposely taking a loss. So very calculating on his end. We'll see if he can calculate some defense here on this opening drive. So Bats, his offense, very run oriented, I'd say. Kyler Murray, certainly a compliment to that sort of offense. We're going to see him hand it off here to the running back, Anthony. And Anthony, nowhere to go, only in a gain about 2. You figure now, 3rd down and 4, at risk of a 3 and out, that we're going to be seeing a pass. So looks like he's calling it tight offset tight end. A lot of good pass plays in here. There are some solid runs, but certainly not something I trust to get 4 yards. Now, Doc bringing his linebackers in down to the line of scrimmage, kind of, oh my goodness, he's chucking that deep. Unable to come down with it. So I was trying to point out that he put his linebackers down right on the line of scrimmage. And that kind of puts you at risk of an inside zone being bust for a lot of yards. But he opts to throw it deep, and unfortunately for him, it's going to be a quick 3 and out. And the Patriots are going to be getting a stop very early in a game that many expect to be not, defensively oriented. So less than ideal if you're a Raiders fan. But you know what? Maybe the critics are all wrong. Maybe we'll see some defense get played here tonight. Quarterbacking the Patriots offense, Will Levis, midseason pickup. They moved on from Anthony Richardson in a controversial trade earlier this year after leading them to the Super Bowl, but ultimately falling short to Rage and his Falcons. But Ritter, he's brought this team here to the playoffs, and Doc certainly believes in him. We'll see what happens. He's going to go throw a corner, a little scary. 26 certainly could have made a play on it. I respect the throw. I don't know if he threw it high. I probably would have liked a high ball. I can't really tell if that's what we got. Maybe that is a high ball. But nonetheless, that is a first down for Will Levis, starting out strong with a big chunk play. And this is definitely where you want to be if you're a Will Levis fan. So in motion is Wall to the right. We got a bit of a spread look here. He's got a streak up the middle. He's going to lob it. The defender's going to have a play on it, and that's Cummins. And Cummins bringing it right into his chest. Intercepted. And that's going to give the Raiders the ball back. So Will Levis making a bit of an ill-advised decision. If you're going to throw that, probably more of a steamer, down the seam rather than trying to get it all in one throw. Showing off the arm there, but unfortunately going to cost his team. So Doc plays defense in an interesting manner. He runs. He likes having linebackers on his field. He's got like a million lurkers, as we can see, and I respect it, but at the same time, you know, they're a little sluggish out there in coverage. But when you're playing a guy who likes to dominantly run the football, I think that's a good thing to have. It looks like he has. I think he has 2 lurkers because Norton is he's a sub linebacker safety. So in normal nickel formations, it looks like he does have a DB out there. So pretty typical run of the mill. Going to the flat, it's Anthony. He's going to. Oh my goodness, he didn't get there, bro. 4th down in inches. And, you know, size matters, guys. You know, those inches certainly add up. And right here, it's the difference between a 1st down and being on 4th. So coming out in a normal defense here, who I'd assume to be D'Amico Ryan's back to return it. Gunner's going to have a free shot. And down goes Bro. All right, so another stop defensively, and the Raiders offense certainly not moving the ball. Meanwhile, Dox, he's had some good plays. He probably should have had a laser. He just got greedy on that last drive. I think it's very likely we see him score. Former Giant Jalen Hyatt there in the slide. He's going to go over the middle, and that's going to be intercepted. That's Buda Baker with the pick. It looks like a man coverage. He tries to throw the in, and just too much pressure. He makes a throw. That's a little ill-advised. I mean, I'm all for trusting your guy to win before he makes his cut, but unfortunately for him, it certainly wasn't meant to be, and that's going to be Raider football in scoring territory. So, even though the Raiders really struggle to move, they're in position no matter what, you know, assuming they don't make a horrific mistake. Back to throw now. He's going to throw up the seam. He's going to do the same thing that Doc did, and that ball's intercepted. And that's Ryans with the pick. He's running up the middle, and he literally, that's not D'Amico Ryans, that's someone else. He literally did the same thing that Doc did, and he's lobbing it and giving his guy a chance to run under it. I mean, this is just terrible. I'm of the belief that the AFC side of the playoff bracket is very weak. And right now, I think those concerns are warranted, because this has been awful. As down goes Will Levis, Pippen in on the sack, shedding very quickly. Honestly, I think he might have disengaged. TBH, bro literally came in free. That is so funny. I have doubts that Bats would have a play that, you know, where that's the intended thing. Oh my god, he's throwing the corner, and Will Levis misses the throw. Would have been a touchdown if he could have just like put it somewhere catchable. Unfortunately, it's just barely out of the reach of the young receiver, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1,000,000. I'm not going to count him out of it yet. This is certainly convertible, not to be confused with the vehicle, a convertible. A convertible in the sense that we could get this 1st down here if we truly desired. But it's going to be somewhat difficult. I think the play, or I mean, I liked it, and then he put the slant, and I'm like, I don't know. I like this more. This is better. Bro's got a 20-yard curl, post, a corner. We'll see what he does. Back to throw. He's going to go to the corner, and the guy's there. Tries to pick it off. He's going to drop it. But nonetheless, that is going to be a stop for the Raiders. And this has just been a terrible game offensively for both teams. What I'd like to see is, I think Bats needs to stop passing the ball. It's not his strength. Guy has made mistakes. I think Doc's going to keep slinging it, because that's kind of the groove he's into with Will Levis right now. He's trying to get him to star. I mean, obviously better than star, but right now he's normal, so his goal is star. So his terrible passing offense keep going, and there we go. Look at that. He runs it right up the middle, and Anthony's got room on the outside, fighting forward down to the 20. So he needs to keep it on the ground, because that's what he does. Some folk just can't pass, and you know what? You want to learn how to pass? Sometimes you got to roll with those punches. But this is the playoffs. You know, you want to win. You got to put your best foot forward. If passing isn't your strong suit, then there's no need to be forcing it. So we'll see what he can do. Run up the middle here. It's Anthony again, and another huge chunk play, this time for 15, and that's going to bring the Raiders offense down to the 6. So first and goal here, 6 yards away from the end zone. They've been moving this drive. Another run up the middle. This time he's going to get blown up. Loss of about 2, I'd say. That's Justin Houston in on the tackle for loss. It's going to bring up second and goal from about 8 yards out. So we're in strong close here. He's bringing those guys down the line. I don't like that. Terrible for the run. Scrambling backwards with Kyler Murray. Going to get rid of it. I think that was a wise decision. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal. And with how the teams played on defense, 3 is okay. 3 might win you the game. The final score of this game could be 3-0, provided he doesn't throw an interception. So we got a 2 tight end look here, running back in the backfield with Kyler. He's going to call some things out at the line. Such a small guy with all these big players. Kind of hard to see, you know. Going to go underneath. Probably should have thrown an interception. Tries to hit the drag, and the defender's right there. Does not pick it off, and out comes the field goal team. So getting away with what should have been a turnover right there. Kick is up. Kick is good. And that's going to be a Raiders lead. 3-0. See, what's crazy is I don't even know who got the ball at the start of the game. There's been so many turnovers and so many possessions already. And it's only the first quarter. So I haven't got the slightest idea. But the Raiders certainly starting out in a way. You want to score first. That's always a good thing. So that's pretty desirable. And if their defense can play well, maybe it'll even be good enough to win the game outright. Their defense has certainly put them in positions to score by themselves, and if the offense can figure something out, and right there, another mistake. Doc throwing an interception right to Cummins, who's got his second of the night, and Cummins going to bring his team down to about the 15. My goodness, a very terrible, terrible decision. Throws it right at the safety, and he's going to pick that thing off easily. One of the easiest interceptions you'll ever see. On play action now, going to dump it off underneath to Anthony. Anthony tries to make a man miss. Gets absolutely railed. Going to hang on to it. It's going to be a gain of about 7. So honestly, pretty ideal positioning. 2nd down and 3. You got a chance for a fresh set of downs. You still, you know what I'm saying? You get real easy chance to punch it in. They're going to fight forward. Gain of about 2. That's going to be 3rd down and 1 now. And the decision looms if they want to run this to the end of the quarter. Under the situation that Vegas gets it at half, you certainly would like to run this to the end of the quarter. Otherwise, I don't mind just getting in. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. It's too early to think about such things, but I don't hate the decision to let this quarter run out. Looks like that's what's going to happen. This motion, yeah, that motion made it so that that play wasn't happening. So at the end of the first, 3-0 your score. So we're back, 3-0, playoff football at home here in Vegas. The Raiders on top, looking good. Going to hand it off up the middle. That's Anthony, and he's going to easily pick up that 1st down. And now it's 1st and goal from 2 yards out. When with a team that likes to dominantly run the football, you figure this is where they like to be. This is where they have been at many points in this season. Certainly ideal. Run up the middle. He's going to try and cut it outside. I believe that's Gene Norton in on the stop. A nice tackle there for a loss of 1. And Gene Norton, he was a prospect highly touted by Doc. Very excited. Doc, as we know, a white supremacist who made the all-white theme team, even though he kind of cheated to do it by changing his players to another ethnicity. But he's a fan of the white folk, you know. And Gene Norton, being a white guy, maybe extra desirable to a guy like Doc. And right there, he makes a desirable play. This play on 3rd down, he's going to throw the bubble. RPO is not going to get in the end zone, and that's going to bring up a 4th down from 3 yards out. And you figure the field goal unit comes out because this guy can't move the ball on offense. You can't move the ball on offense, like really at all. the only scores he's gotten have been really largely off the defense. He did bust out a big run earlier, and they are going to take 3. Going to make the score 6-0. And now the Patriots going to have a chance to miraculously somehow be able to take the lead. On kick return now. Going to fair catch it. And Will Levis and the offense going to trot into the field. They've thrown like 3 or 4 interceptions, which is less than ideal. Certainly. You'd probably want them to not do that. Throwing interceptions generally very bad for the offense to be doing. Doesn't really put you in a position to succeed when you're only passing. So you'd probably like to see that, you know, not be the case. Run up the middle here. Glover only gained about 1. We're going to snap back. Here we go. Back to throw. He's going to throw the cross over the middle. And Cummins tries to get there. He can't. And that's going to be a completed pass. Will Levis able to get a big chunk play there. So we're down to the 50. Audible's at the line. Little trips to the right. He's going to motion in. Back to throw. He's got the streak on the outside. He's got it. Inbounds. And the Patriots finally are driving. You wonder if they're actually going to score points. That's probably what they're trying to do. I'm going to tell everyone that we're casting, because it seems like folk aren't really here. He's going to go up the middle, and that's Jalen Hyatt with the catch and with the first touchdown. Right up the seam of the cover 2, right up the middle, and the former Giant hauls it in, and that's going to give the Patriots a lead here in the second. So finally getting things clicking there. And they're going to have a slim 1-point advantage. And they're kicking off to a team that's kind of struggled to move. So the first time in a while that the Raiders have actually had a normal length field to drive down. We'll see if they can get something going, bust out another big run. Or if they make a back-breaking mistake that makes us all groan in disappointment. We're looking at a spread look on a gun here. Looks like a base up the middle to Anthony. Anthony fighting forward, going to gain about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. And the Raiders here, I think you keep to your identity, you know. You want to mix in the pass, that's fine. But running is what we're good at. And I think that's what's worked today. Back to throw. He's going to throw up the seam that's Killings. And Killings going to get a big chunk play right there. And here they're going to go in the hurry up. They see something that they like. Finds the weakness of the cover 3 defense up the seam. Going to hand it off at the middle. Gain of about 2. Anthony certainly probably wanted more than that. But you take what you can get. Especially in a game like this. It's going to bring up 2nd down. Still a ways to go. So we got a bunch tight end to the left here. Still in 3-3-5 on defense. It's like a RPO. Oof. Blown up promptly. And now you're in a situation where you are forced to throw the ball likely. Doc using the RPO with Gene Norton a little bit. It looked like he might have still been able to throw it for a big gain, but I can see why he was dissuaded. So we got a spread look here. Running back to the right side. Back to throw now. Kyler Murray going to throw the drag. And Killings is unable to haul that in. Doc put a hard flat defender right there. That's going to be a 4th down and 8. And you figure we're going to be seeing a punt. I'm still not... I mean, I am worried, but I'm not too worried because the defense outside of the last drive has played well. And now you've seen what's working for him. You can make that adjustment. And Doc's a guy who's going to make mistakes, you know, especially when you get him rattled. And he might be feeling a little more confident, but this is your chance to rattle him again here if you can get a quick turnover. And if not, then we could be looking at the end of the game, especially if they get the ball. But I'd like to remain hopeful, you know. I'm an optimistic guy. So trips to the left here. I really like this play. Back to throw now. Will Levis. He's going to throw this streak. Looks like he might have that. That's Wall. Oh, it's going to get knocked out. Incomplete. Yeah, that's why you want fast players, bro. Because cover 4 probably shouldn't ever be giving that up. The receiver's certainly faster than the defender on that play, but luckily for the Raiders, he's going to make a play and knock that thing out. Either that or the receiver just can't catch. I do not like this. Thank God. I really like this post route. I don't really like it as a corner going to the same side as the other corner. He's going to throw it. Looks like we're getting an inaccurate. Could have been a dot. Maybe. Unfortunately, just not the case. It's not what happened. Will Levis, certainly not the best. Far from the best. Could probably argue he's one of the worst. Though I'm sure there's teams with worse quarterback situations. He was a guy who hit free agency and nobody wanted, and Doc decided he wanted to give him a shot. So, kind of a comeback story for the ages for him. Back to throw now. Will Levis. He doesn't really have anything. He's going to throw it right at his user, and that ball's going to be intercepted. That's probably a former Falcon, as spoiled by his neck roll. And Jalen Thompson, yeah, that's Jalen Thompson, all the way down to the 20. And once again, the Patriots are just gifting Bats and the Raiders free points. He has not been close to moving the ball at all, and it's all the defense that's doing everything. Stretch run here, it's Anthony, and he's going to get into the end zone. The 10-5, the touchdown. And Las Vegas finally finds the end zone. Marquis Anthony able to get the edge and able to easily walk in for 6. So the extra point now up. The extra point is good. Oh, and now we're in a scary spot, bro, because Doc is down by 6. He's scored 1 time and has otherwise made a lot of mistakes. He's got to be getting frustrated. But you know what? Doc, he's inconsistent, but he could certainly get out of this hole. He doesn't need to be worried yet. We'll see what he comes out in. So we're looking at a single back bunch here to the left. Just flipped it. It's going to be an outside run for Glover, and Glover is going to get about 7. So positive play. Certainly more positive than the interceptions that Will Levis has launched tonight. Still in the single back bunch here. Minute 40 remains. 3 timeouts. Back to throw. Will Levis. He's going to throw the corner out. Ill-advised. Not going to be caught in the hands of the receiver. He's unable to complete the process of making a catch. And that's going to be knocked out. I honestly thought that was a pick. I mean, I think he's blessed to have not thrown another interception. But I'm sure Doc's convinced that that was a good throw because that's kind of how he operates. In motion now, Glover to the right. We got a trips look to the right. Back to throw. He's going to go across the middle to the slant, and that's Sims, who's going to be brought down, but not before getting all the way down to about the 50. And that's going to be a first down for the Patriots. Minute left in the half. Back to throw. Trips to the right again. He's going to go underneath, and that's Wall. Wall going to go down. Looks like they're going to give him out of bounds there. Don't know his first name because he's not real. Not a player that I studied up on. Trips to the left. Looks like we're running verticals here. Underneath to the running back in. And he's going to get out of bounds. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2 here from the 43. And Doc seems to have settled in. Outside of the last drive where he threw a pick and dug himself into a hole. Before that, he scored. So, I'm feeling pretty okay. Back to throw. He's got a bunch tight end to his left. He's got nothing. Will Levis going to try and scramble for it. He's going to throw it on the run. Unable to make the throw. No dead eyes. It's across his body, and ultimately it just doesn't work out. There is a world where that throw can happen, but you can't be too upset when it doesn't work out. Nowhere near him, really. There was just no chance. Certainly better than it going right to a defender, which is pretty typical. The offense is going to stay out there. Trips to the left, tight end. He's in a motion out the running back, so this is now a 5-wide look. Back to throw. He's going to have the tight end, Ben Bradley. He's going to throw it, and he hangs on to it. Going to be a Patriots timeout. And that's going to bring us to 42 seconds here on the half. What's good, man?
I'm just so excited to see MKL playoff football.
That's what it's all about. I'm glad you could join me because I'm freaking, my voice, like I'm exhausted. Talking constantly, it's a nightmare, bro.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When you look at a game like this, a lot of people know that the Raiders are a team that has knocked a lot of people out of the playoffs that maybe they previously thought would be Super Bowl contenders. And right now, Doc's in a dangerous spot.
Yeah, he certainly is. And I talked about that a bit earlier. Back to throw. He's going to throw the corner route. Wow, what a catch from Ben Bradley there. Did you see that? He elevates, catches the ball over the defender. I honestly thought that the Raiders might have a bit of a play on it. But a nice throw and catch. Perfect placement there from Will Levis.
He may have highballed that because
I think you're right.
It looks like oh, wow, really nice scramble.
Yeah, Will Levis just scrambled out to his right. He found the room, and he's going to get it in the end zone for a Patriots touchdown. And I think at this point, the Doc offense, it's either touchdown or you're throwing an interception, I mean, there's no in between. He's had a terrible night offensively. I'm not sure how much of the game you've caught, but...
I've seen snippets. I'll say this. The Raiders also have that, uncalculable home field advantage. And I know we've turned off the advantage perks, but sometimes there's just something about being at home that can make your team give it a little extra pep.
I mean, that's interesting that you brought that up because unfortunately not really a factor usually. I mean, you're literally just more used to looking at this field than any other field, I guess, because you're playing it so much. But largely, I think with that off, it's pretty unimportant. But maybe that is a factor.
Can I just say, though, that, they really went backwards with crowds. They made them look more realistic. But these crowds in Madden used to wave towels in the playoffs and stuff.
I remember that. They certainly don't care to do that anymore.
They look like they're watching a Taylor Swift concert or something.
Maybe their love for football just isn't there anymore. The game has changed, Back to throw now. Underneath to Anthony. Going to get out of bounds. It looks like the Raiders are poised to get at least 3 on this drive. And
yeah, probably 3 more yards makes it maybe more of a comfortable field goal for their kicker.
Their offense, the Raiders' offense, has been terrible. It's been carried by the fact that Doc keeps giving them 10-yard fields. So if he could get in the end zone by himself, or not even in the end zone, if he could score by himself, I think that'd do wonders for his confidence. But right there, he kind of goes for it all on a really deep pass. Doesn't get there, and now it's a little scary if he can get this field goal or not.
I think he thought he had enough time to get a quick run here or something of the nature. Oh, wow, he needs to get down. There you go.
There you go. Wow. A little bubble. He's going to call the timeout with 1 second left. And out comes the field goal unit with the chance to take the lead on Doc at half.
Yeah, I was talking to a dear friend here recently, and he said he missed a pretty short field goal in his playoff game, but Raiders doesn't hear. He wins the half.
Right down the middle, huh? He does win the half, and that's going to be 16-14 at half. So after seeing chunks of that first half, I don't know who gets the ball. It's kind of a surprise. There have been so many turnovers that I don't remember. And that's pretty irregular.
Yeah. Honestly,
Patriots
it's going to be Patriots get that ball. When there's so many turnovers, someone like Doc, maybe he just wants to get them out of his system so he can have a perfect playoff run the rest of the go.
Oh my goodness!
Wow!
Lacey had a room to house that. Maybe take the game into his own
cut back
hands.
in right. If he didn't cut back in right, I think if he stayed left, he was gone.
I would agree, but I don't blame him for trying to do that. Certainly. So a solid return there. Back to throw. Will Levis trips to his left. He's not going to have anything. He's going to make the wise decision and throw it away. Maybe Will Levis earlier in the game chucked something absolutely brain dead stupid. But it looks like we're learning, folks. And that's good. Adjusting, that's what I like to see. He might throw this streak. Oh, he's not. He had that earlier. He's going to try and throw the corner. Not going to get there.
Did that say
third down and 10. He's thrown 4, and it's been bad. They were bad interceptions. Plays that put his opponent within 20 yards of the end zone, multiple times.
It sounds like the Raiders have maybe kicked quite a few field goals.
Yeah, I think they had 9 points, 3 field goals, and then they scored a touchdown. Yeah, it's been a real doozy. Considering what this Patriots offense, the situations they put their defense in, it's a miracle that they're still in this game.
Definitely, and that's a testament to the defense that Doc has built with a lot of talent.
Oh, whoa!
What? Oh, don't tell me that's a hit out of bounds.
It's illegal touching. That was really weird. That was a weird play. Certainly should have had it.
It's weird that the AI, I think, took it out of bounds, or Doc tried to rocket catch it. Why by bounds?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'd have to see it again, but we won't have that luxury. And now Rodgers going to try and return it, going to get down to his own 30. So the Raiders have a chance to really make a statement here. A touchdown drive would put a lot of pressure on Doc, and it looks like he's going to press. Okay, backs him off. Thank goodness.
I would be shocked if this wasn't a run from him here.
Looks like an RPO.
RPO.
It's going to get nailed. Jukes into a bit of a hit there. That's right. And, I've been saying, you'd be happy to hear this, but I've been saying that he needs to keep this ball on the ground. Because when he's run, he's been successful. And then he tries to pass, and things go bad. Certainly need to have plays when the situation calls for it, but largely, I think you want to try and get that miracle busted out run. I think that's our best chance on offense.
This is a guy who's been trying to get rid of Kyler Murray ever since he got him and didn't dev him up. He just recently wiped his bonus. So this is kind of Kyler Murray's last chance to show a team that he can be a guy, because he can't be on the Raiders after this offseason.
Well, I'm glad you pointed that out, because I didn't know that. A little outside run there for Anthony, and Anthony is going to gain about 15-20 and pick up a first down. So, a win here for the Raiders, wouldn't that be a huge upset?
Oh, I mean, here's the thing. The Raiders are somebody that everybody pegs as an upset team that can pull off this sort of victory. But certainly the Patriots were in the Super Bowl last year, so it's hard to say upset.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I figured that Doc would be a lock to escape this first round. And right now, that's not what we're seeing. I mean, clearly, it's always a mistake to put your faith in Doc. That's no secret. But, I'm still being caught off guard by, oh my goodness. He's got, dude, 11 is not being covered. Oh my God.
Yeah, simple run up the middle. He is backed up. He only needed a few yards to get into field goal range, which is probably something he'd be happy to have right now.
100%.
And all he's done is gone backwards 3 yards. I mean, it says 2, but I think he was at the 50.
Not ideal. Who's here in the chat with us? Who is that? I have no clue what they just said. So third down and long here.
Nico.
I see. Very interesting. Third down and 12. Back to throw now is Kyler Murray. He's going to throw it deep over the middle. That's Killings. Wow. He tried to make a big diving catch for it. I thought he might have had it, but unfortunately he can't follow through with the catch. And that's going to be a punt. And I think going deep like that was a bit of a mistake. I think you want to draw something up for underneath and try and get the yards after the catch. And if not, you get your 3. You know what I'm saying? He comes away with nothing. And that's, you know, you're failing to capitalize on a stagnant Doc offense.
You know, I can appreciate though your burner and hitting hands. I mean, that's a play we saw the Browns down the Dolphins with a diving catch, and Killings couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I mean, Killings is certainly no insert player here who made diving catch to win the greatest game we've ever seen. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it was a difficult play. You can't really fault him. But you would have liked to see the QB maybe be a little more conservative in his decision making. But Kyler Murray, you know what? Like you said, he's a guy who's got something to prove. And to try and make a big play like that, I mean, that would have been crazy. Underneath here to the angle, it looks like you see his user running really far backwards there. You see that? What is he worried about?
He thinks Hyatt is really fast, and clearly he's giving respect to that. Maybe he wants to make sure Doc can't get a quick score, and he's fine with Doc making mini throws rather than one big one.
I think Doc passing deep has been nightmarish, and in a good way. Like this. That ball's intercepted.
Yeah,
tries to hit his tight end Ben Bradley over the middle.
Don't sleep on Bats' DBs, guys. He's got some speed out there.
Continue, Rajan.
I was just saying that this is no sure thing right now. He really needed to return that interception a few yards further for the definite points.
Yeah, oh my god, what the frick? He tries to throw it really late, and he's gonna get hit before he can get it off. Please just get in field goal range at least. I mean, with how the Patriots are playing offense, you really don't need to take risks here. Just play it safe. He's rolling out to his right, and he's not playing it safe. Holy crap. What the hell? He did drop it. I mean, what are we doing? What is that, bro? He has the angle underneath, instead opts to roll out, giving Doc time to recover and, you know, start covering that route. He could have had a huge chunk right there, and instead he tries to make the Mahomes-esque play, you know, and right there it's not going to work out. Back to throw now. Kyler Murray. He's just going to chuck it deep to his speed guy. Does he have it? He does have it. That's a touchdown.
Oh.
Wow.
What a ball. That's Dalton Killings into the end zone.
But just think about it. If he had prioritized field goal range last time, I mean, this game is 26-14.
Indeed, and that is a lot more desirable. But the fact that I cannot believe that, I mean, that's the power of speed. That's why you need all your DBs to be as fast as possible, because giving up plays like that, it's backbreaking. You don't want it to happen. And now Doc has already been playing terrible offensively, and now he's down 2 possession. That's going to loom in the mind.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is not where Doc wanted to be. He might joke about it being where he wants to be, but down 9 late in the third quarter to a Raiders team that has given you problems already.
Indeed.
It looks like Hyatt's the hope.
It looks like he's going to have Hyatt, unless he threw a touch. I didn't think he'd throw a touch. I thought he might, like, you know, freeform it up on a bullet. You know,
neck break. These are some of the fastest DBs in the league at safety. These are some of the guys. I figured
he was a former Falcon earlier when he got a pick.
I think they're both 96 speed back there, and they had essentially that's how I got my Pro Bowl punter.
It looks like he tried to get there. He kind of overran it a bit. Jalen Thompson and Doc sensing some urgency here. Gonna hurry it up. He's throwing a streak. I don't think he has that, bro. Oh my god, he makes a miraculous play. Definitely lucky. That was certainly not a good read. But single coverage, I mean, sometimes when you're down and you're struggling, you got to make plays like that. And right here, Glover, the double juke, and the double juke into the end zone for a touchdown. My goodness.
Right where he wanted to be, back in the end zone and putting the pressure back on the Raiders.
Yeah, and if you're the Raiders, you can't feel too bad about that drive. Really, you had him beat. He made a mistake, and unfortunately, he was rewarded with like a 60-yard pass that set up a big run. So now the pressure definitely back to Las Vegas as they try and get their 2-possession lead back. On the return here, Rodgers going up the middle, looking for some magic like Doc had earlier where he nearly returned one. Not going to get it. And they're going to start at a pretty average run-of-the-mill position here.
I mean, here's the thing, Steady. Doc's in a very tight spot just because he's down
What the frick?
Wow, okay.
This guy is on drugs. Dude's running in a circle and throwing a streak, trying to throw it 70 yards while running like cross-body.
Essentially, if the Raiders took their time and went down the field and got a touchdown, Doc would be down 2 scores yet again.
He's throwing the corner, and that ball's intercepted. That's Jeremy Chin, the recovery speed. And it looks like he's just going to take himself out of this game.
Yeah, he's in multiple spots. He could have kind of taken control of this game. He's put the ball into the hands of his quarterback maybe a little bit too unneedingly.
And about that throw, I don't know if he freeformed it. It certainly seems like one that I would freeform and maybe even highball for good measure, though it might make him drop it. I don't know if he did either, and right there, it's not going to work out. He's throwing the corner here. That's Jalen Hyde. He's not going to come down with it. Drops it late in the process of a catch. 2nd down and 10 coming up. I don't know if Doc's going to be too fond of the slander if he watches this back.
Well, I mean, he's made some bad plays.
Oh my God! And speaking of bad plays, throws it right into double coverage. And Hobbs, Nate Hobbs, has a chance to return this.
Go all the way. I mean, in past Maddens, that does go all the way. In this Madden, they kind of slow down the DBs from being able to get back.
Yeah, and on the tackle there. Oh my God! He throws a lurk to the flat, and Doc's gonna take that back for 7. And you were just talking about putting it in the hands of the quarterback when maybe we shouldn't be, and that right there is a terrible play if you're the Raiders.
I mean, the Raiders had just stolen back momentum only to give it back on the very next play. But turnovers are contagious in this game.
Oh my God, I cannot believe that. I'm in disbelief, bro. I don't like to make mistakes. I don't like to see mistakes, obvious mistakes. And we've seen things go very poorly a lot.
Yeah, and it's about what you can maybe expect from this is when the games are won. In the 4th quarter, you have the ability to maybe extend a lead, give up a lead, and we see the Patriots, taking control right when they need to. That's
right. And maybe Doc's just been toying with his food, playing with his food, as they say. Seeing how amazing of a comeback he can make, how much he can make us doubt him before ultimately taking back control, Ew.
Do we know which teams would be going to Jacksonville?
Nope. No idea. Inside run there. Anthony, not much room to run. What, did he hurt himself? Guy's enjoying the floor. I don't think he hurt himself, but I mean, maybe he's just sad. He sees the writing on the wall.
What is this X Factor?
The crappy one, Wrecking Ball. He's gonna throw a streak. This is a little not good. That looked like a tight end. I mean, that guy was huge. Maybe if he was actually fast, he would have had that because he had like a step or two. Unfortunately, that was not the case. That's not a tight end. That's just some big odd dude. No clue who that is. play action going up the seam. Going to be swatted down, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Yeah, this is the danger zone. It looks like he is going to punt. He's going to trust his defense. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either because Doc sucks.
Points and field position if you don't do that.
You figure that Doc's incentivized to keep this on the ground. I say that as I watch him navigate to the gun section and all these passing plays. But I mean, if Doc's passing in this game, that's not the worst thing ever, bro. Because he likes to turn the ball over. Back to throw now. Rolling out to his left. Gonna throw it away. Makes the wise decision. What a terrible night for Will Levis. In no world should 1 touchdown and 6 picks be winning in a playoff game with ball late in the 4th. That's not a winning stat line. The defense has stepped up big time today.
Definitely. And you see the poise from Will Levis to take his early kind of failures and mistakes. And right now he has the chance to just cement a win in the playoffs, which
that's right.
Would be a very good step for Will in his first season with the Patriots.
Little out route there. That's Ben Bradley. Going to gain 10 yards. It's going to be a first down, and that clock's going to keep moving.
I mean, we saw Doc go off of a X-Factor quarterback who's now on the Colts, chucking touchdowns for the Colts.
That's right.
And,
oh, my goodness. That's Nate Hobbs with an interception. And I see why he threw it. That's generally one of the the best man-beating routes in the game. I don't know if the pass lead wasn't there, if it was just a bad throw by Will Levis himself. But that was not good. Up the seam now to the tight end. That's Meyer.
He's going to break tackle.
My God, he nearly fought. Wow. We're going to go in the hurry up, and the Raiders...
Meyer, not the murderer, but the tight end.
That's right. I mean, he's murdering this defense, huh? Right up the middle there. So a 2nd down and 9 after the run. I'm really worried. Bro. This offense has been terrible. I mean, it's been awful.
He has no belief in this running back.
It doesn't matter. Because there you go. You put the faith in the running back, and he makes a play.
This is what we've known, though. We've known of the Raiders have been beating people, and when they do, their run game is thriving. And
I agree. I've been saying that they need to be running the ball dominantly, and they keep putting it in the hands of Kyler Murray, who they've already told that he's done. He's cooked.
Right. So, at the very least, I'm pretty sure that I wiped that bonus, and he has to cut him this offseason. But
I would like to see them run it here against that front. Just to throw it right at Nick Bolton.
Wow, that could have been disastrous if that got returned.
That could have been very disastrous, but
would have been better for the Raiders if he got it, but not getting it, no real change from the extra point.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, when you mug the line like that, like in an A gap, like a nickel A gap look, you're leaving a run up the middle kind of open. It's a little scary still because somebody sheds and then you're fricked, but I'd like that a lot more than throwing it directly at a lurker. So
certainly Doc, in his confidence, probably thinks he's going to be getting into field goal range here.
Mm-hmm.
Have a game-winning field goal with a very good kicker, and I think he has every reason to believe in himself here. Unfortunately, it looks like the Raiders probably, in my opinion, did too little.
I would agree.
Made too many.
Jalen Thompson a little slow. Can't get there. Could have been a game-changing play.
Doc wants 10 more yards and 3 less minutes,
That's right. We're probably going to see the clock here. He might just chuck something dumb. Okay. All right. It's all right.
That's field goal range already for him, and the Raiders have to be wishing whatever reason they used that previous timeout. They have to be wishing.
I don't even remember what they used it on. Literally eludes the mind. He's probably going to go to R1 here. He ran this earlier. He's not going to have that. It's going underneath. That's intercepted.
Oh my
That's Jalen Thompson, the former
Raiders.
Falcon. Down to the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown.
Wow, what a play!
What
And they're
the
only
frick?
up one. If they had kicked
That's
the extra
Josh.
point,
I'm
they
an idiot.
away.
Yeah, you're
But
right, but I don't blame him going for two. My goodness.
unbelievable play by the neck brace Thompson of the Raiders. Unbelievable.
That is not good. We saw the Raiders throw a pick six, and anything you can do, I can do better. Like a 50-yard pick six. You know, he's arguably in field goal range already, basically. And that's the play that unfolds. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, not Jalen, but Mr.
Josh.
Thompson there. Josh, yes, Josh Thompson.
I thought it was Jalen too. It's okay.
This guy has just put the team on his back. It's
He
reminiscent
certainly
of
has.
when they won the Super Bowl. They had a DB return a pick six that cemented that victory. And right now, he might be looking at MVP honors of the game.
He not only has that pick six, he might have he has at least 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. He could have 3. Will Levis has thrown 8 picks. When I lose count of how many picks a guy has, like, that's terrible, especially in a playoff game. So up the middle there to put us to the 2-minute warning.
We might see another quarterback change. England. I mean, Doc has shuffled through quarterbacks, like I was saying, multiple times.
He is very confident in Will Levis, and I don't know why. Guy's normal dev. He's going to throw the corner. He's not going to have that. That's going to be intercepted. Nate Hobbs. That's his 9th interception. 3 interceptions for Nate Hobbs.
There's 3 timeouts between Doc and Oblivion. I mean, a Super Bowl showing last year, and right now he may not get out of the first round, which is the Raiders right on brand for what kind of reputation they've built.
Indeed. They're a bit of a dark horse if they escape this game. I mean, maybe they've got a shot. Certainly got to compete with Sniper, who's kind of the guy. I see them getting aggressive. You kind of got to get aggressive right here.
Could we see the Raiders go to the air and completely screw themselves here?
I think not. I think you keep it on the ground.
So wise here to actually throw a pass after the different throws we've seen Kyler.
Maybe I'd like to see like an H-Coke throw a pass, but with how we've played passing, I'd like to see us run it, and that's what we're gonna do. They're gonna get their stop, but now they have the quarterback who's thrown 9 interceptions. Okay, at risk of throwing 10 and hitting double digits, who's got to make a money drive with no timeouts and has to go the full length of the field.
Doc's defense did what it had to do. I mean, this is one thing Doc really wanted to be able to do, is stop the run, and he does do it here. But, I mean, this is a 1-minute 35 drive. Will Levis at the helm, and like you said, many interceptions already.
You know, I was telling Doc, he had a rookie that I liked who was also normal dev, and I was like, why don't you just rock this kid? And maybe he's wishing that he did, because this is less than ideal. He's going to go the slant route. He's got that. That's Jalen Hyatt, the former Giant. He's going to get out of bounds. That's the play you like to see.
Yeah, you definitely want to tackle him inbounds there if you're the Raiders, because certainly this game is not out of reach. We just saw a 2-point conversion the other night for the Browns, and it's not doable.
I would not mind some overtime action, bro. Underneath the Hyatt, wow, the poor accuracy maybe coming to help. He comes back, catches that ball, and he's going to get out of bounds again. And the Patriots kind of driving. I mean, the clock becoming less and less of a factor.
Yeah, the Raiders at this point, I mean, they are reeling for a tackle in bounds. They really have to stop this movement, or else the Patriots may indeed erase this late kind of collapse.
Indeed. Up the seam here, that's Wall. He's going to get it knocked out. Looks a little high. Doesn't even say that he highballed it, so that's pretty funny.
No, we're below 1 minute probably right now. At this point, a stopped clock is a big friend to the Patriots.
Yeah, not the worst outcome. 2nd down and 10 here, 36 yards away from the end zone. Keep in mind they're going to need the 2-point conversion, provided they get in the end zone first. So we'll see what they can draw up. Back to throw out of the gun here. He's going to go underneath, across the middle to Hyatt. Hyatt has caught every pass on this drive so far. He seems to be their go-to guy right now. Gonna go in the hurry up, trips to the right. Back to throw. He's got the angle in the middle. He's going to get nailed, but he's still going to hang on.
Time keeps on ticking. And
That's
right now, Doc's, playoff life flashing before his eyes in the shotgun.
He's got circle. Ooh, he throws it underneath. He had circle.
Wow.
Free form to the outside. It looks like they were in, they just got run past because they're in those flats, and sometimes that can happen. Could have thrown the touchdown. I don't mind him not, because then he'd have time to take 3, provided he got the 2-point conversion. But man, oh man, back to throw now. He's gonna throw up the seam. Wall cannot hang on to it. 2 Raiders there to punch it out. It's a difficult
Patriots
catch.
love Luke Wall.
They do love that guy.
And he couldn't make the big play that time. But there's.
I'm looking at Glover. I think we're looking at man here. Okay, we're not. Don't look at Glover. Probably going circle. That's right. Circle. Wall is going to get there. 20 seconds remain. He's got to go in the hurry up. 16 seconds. What has he got on the field? Okay, we're in this slants play. This play is real good. He's going to go slant across the middle, and he's into the end zone. Patriots touchdown. That's Jalen Hyatt.
This for the Raiders and the Patriots, a 2-point conversion. I mean, this is one of the hardest plays to do.
Indeed. And with so much on the line, nobody wants to be a first-round exit. And Doc's certainly a guy who many would not have anticipated to lose here. The pressure is building.
Oh, I mean, Doc's got to be feeling tremendous pressure right now. But everybody seems to have a money play right here. And it looks like Doc's just hoping some of these slants come open to be a quick game.
Okay, I don't know what he's got with Lacey here. Okay,
he might go quick to Lacey and just.
These are like runoff routes. Okay, I like this. This is okay. He's got to throw something. He's gonna throw the slant, and he's got it.
The
2-point conversion is good. That's Wall in the catch.
Wow.
It's likely we're gonna be headed to overtime, and man, what a delight these games have been to cast recently, huh? 2 amazing games down to the wire. And we could see a miracle yet, or we could see a horrible choke job.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody could get like instead of a dev breakout game, like you have to like play good the next game so your quarterback doesn't like die. Levis might deserve.
Yeah,
I think that
throwing. I wanted to see him throw double-digit interceptions because that's freaking hilarious, but it seems unlikely now.
Hey,
he's just gonna throw it. That's going to be... What the frick?
Oh! That's when you're going to remember, wow, the Raiders easily could have shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, that would have been real bad. The Patriots are going to kick, so unlike the 49ers in the real-life Super Bowl, they decide, yeah, we're going to kick the ball off, bro. I'm not super interested in taking the ball here.
Yeah, the 49ers were not well prepared in real life for that
Just
overtime.
Such a dumb decision. I mean, my goodness.
Need some Madden players on the clock management team.
The Kurt Benkert was saying that maybe NFL teams should hire like high-level Madden players for clock management stuff because, like that in principle is like it's similar.
It's the same.
It's,
the bit that we don't consider is substitutions, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We often
oh my god, a run up the middle.
Wow, that could have been a broken tackle as well. And we see 28 for 100 touchdowns. Here's the thing, man. You just can't come away with 0. You've proven you can intercept Levis. You got to get at least 3. If you get 7, even better for the Raiders. But keeping the ball on the ground with this lit up X Factor. I mean, has he done anything with this X Factor?
It sucks. It's a higher chance to truck or like stiff arm and stuff like that, like the power moves. It's not good. Yeah. If he had Fright Train, he probably would have scored on that run. Oh, it's a free play here.
And he's going to cut
the middle.
Break the tackle. I mean, you want to decline here. You might not know that.
Okay. I like how we're both questioning if he's got the,
You remember in the Browns game, they threw a first down, and it was an interference, and they accepted it, and it actually backed them up.
Oh, really?
Like 4 years. Yeah, just sometimes you got to look really carefully at what accepting your does for you. But right now they are nearly in field goal range, and certainly they may not realize
they have true clock on.
overtime rules,
Uh-huh.
I don't realize that the time doesn't matter. At least
Yeah, I
for
mean, I'm curious how it works in Madden. Another run up the middle here, and Anthony might
looks
have
like
the edge.
John
He's got
touched
one man
it.
to
Oh,
beat to the
he
edge, and he's going to
did.
do it, and that's a Raiders touchdown.
Goodness, the Patriots right now are going to have to score a touchdown, and if they want to win it outright, they're going to have to go for 2 again.
And I think that's likely what you do. I mean, the Chiefs, Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes was saying that if the Niners scored a touchdown, they're going for 2 to win the Super Bowl if they score, you know. And I figure that's what Doc's doing too, though he's certainly no Patrick Mahomes. Quite the opposite with 9 interceptions.
Yeah.
If we make
I mean,
it 10, though, that will be very funny. I'd love to see a touchdown and 2-point conversion with the game on the line again, though. I'm not going to cap.
I mean,
So-
that's where excitement is. And Will Levis, I mean, has to be feeling a little bit more confident.
Mhm.
As at this point, you just got to score a
Is he gonna
touchdown.
throw this? Okay.
Right now. He threw that. That's a pick.
I was
There's no way
horrified.
protecting that pass.
I mean, I think maybe if, like, as long as it was accurate, I think only his guy had a shot at that little post route. Like a little high ball action, but if he throws it behind him, then certainly lose the game. I think that was the best decision to not take that risk this early.
Right. I mean, he has 3 more downs. Looks like he is
This
going to get a
little
first
wheel.
down. Yep. Really nice.
Really nice. It's a good throw. I like me some verticals, but I don't like when it's way out because I can't see over there, bro. Like I can only see like the middle of the field, you know? It's not. He's going to go underneath to the flat. Glover fighting forward. And if I'm Doc, I'm going on conservative. I don't know if we are. Oh my God, he took it off a conservative. What the frick? He just took it off.
Yeah, he wants the big plays. Here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, it zooms out, the camera angle when he hikes it, but some of the crazy old people play zoomed out.
Yeah, that's too far out. With the verticals, like it's a play you want to read right away. So like the process of it zooming out sucks. Oh my God, he's got this streak. That's easily a touchdown. That's Jalen Hyatt into the end zone.
Could we see a 2-point conversion for the win here? It
That's
looks like
absolutely what the call is. He's going to this slants play. I love this play. It's really good, but he's gone to it a lot.
No hesitation here. I mean,
I think it's likely that he has Ben Bradley. Oh, okay. Well, it's just horrifying. He's probably going to go to this backside slant, maybe. That's what he went to last time, I think. Something similar.
Yeah, Doc wants to escape this loss, and this is the moment.
This is the moment. He's going to the drag, and that's caught! The Patriots win it!
Victory! Unbelievable!
My goodness. What a finish. And that's probably Doc coming into the booth. I don't really know who else it would be.
It is me.
Yeah, I figured.
What a clutch victory from Doc. I mean, here, what we saw here, literally back against the wall, every mistake that could have been made to this point, Will Levis completely flipped the script. He zeroed in, laser vision, and goes for 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, all led on the arm of Will Levis. And maybe this is the sort of momentum that can catapult another Super Bowl run.
Maybe, man. I think every throw that could have been that could have gone wrong, I fucking threw. And, you know, a lot of bad route running, I would say, but a lot of bad timing. I'm going to have to rewatch this and steady comment on all 10 of my interceptions.
Bro, I was kind of hoping, I think it would have been really funny for you to hit double digits on picks. Did not come to be, but boy, what a treat. The game-winning 2-point conversion. It's almost like I've seen this movie before, you know?
Literally, we have had 2 MKL playoff games, one with a 2-point conversion so far. What a wild playoffs we're having already.
Yeah. Someone took my admin away, so can someone do a small supplement on Jeremy Chin and do whatever gets him 1095 overall?
I mean, I'm not on right now, but you know what, Doc? You figured things out later in that game. You stopped throwing a million interceptions. The defense kind of fell off. The defense was playing very good, and then they stopped playing very good.
Yeah. Did you think those interceptions were mostly on me?
There were some pretty bad ones. You threw verticals versus man, and I was pretty surprised to see his man coverage decide that he wanted to pick it off.
Yeah.
But I think there were some mistakes, certainly.
Oh, for sure.
When we saw, the one play where you were driving and Thompson picked it off for the pick six, that was definitely, a moment where we were just like, yeah, that should not have been thrown. But I'll say that the Raiders didn't really capitalize. Obviously, they lost.
Clearly not. Yeah, they definitely did the opposite of capitalizing.
There was a moment when you guys gave each other turnovers, maybe like 3 straight plays, and it was whiplash.
Indeed, it's honestly exhausting. I mean, my goodness, a lot of yelling and whatnot going on. But you got the win. My bracket is safe. I thank you for that. But you gotta be disappointed if you're a Raiders fan. Your team is on the brink of what I'd consider a pretty significant upset, and they just fell short. So,
I mean, you never expect that. I mean, that's the sort of getting 2-point conversions, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's the hardest thing to do offensively, is to do exactly what Doc just did. So,
thankfully, we have a couple 2-point conversion plays in our arsenal, but I was freaking out a little bit because my first read, the tight end backward slant play, he got bagged. I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what to throw now. And thankfully, Bat's user didn't react quick enough to the drag that was there, and I was able to win the game off that.
I mean, it seems like Jeremy Chin's about to get the greatest ability at 95. And how do you feel like
happens at 95?
Well, he's about to buy some stuff so he can get a 95 ability. He doesn't know what, but certainly, if you want to live stream this ability, that would be exciting.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, throw some awareness on there. Let's see the fate.
I'm gonna see if tackling. I think it's +3 tackling. 1, 2, 3. It does. All right. Let's see what Mr. Jeremy Chin gets.
Exciting.
Deep out.
Exciting.
Lurker. Wow.
All right. So he's going to be able to make those jumping 180-degree interceptions when lurking in a zone in the middle of the field. Doc, how happy are we about that one?
I mean, I guess does Lurker work if I'm not using him?
Lurker does nothing for DBs.
Oh, so I'm disappointed.
Just doesn't do anything.
No, Lurker has to do something.
No, I don't think it does. Nobody cares to ever have that. If it does do something, because if you let a computer linebacker have Lurker, it's gonna work. So in the event that it does do something, it would, but it doesn't.
No. Fast forward to Doc and Steady in the Super Bowl, and here's Chin doing a 180-degree interception, and Steady eats those words with the lurking Jeremy Chin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe when you click on and you pick a ball off without looking at it, would that be? I don't know.
Probably.
It just seems unlikely that the AI would put themselves in that situation.
Yeah. Well, exciting. I mean, I'm glad I jumped in once again. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, it's exhausting to do it by yourself and talk literally all the time.
Well, trust me, I know.
This game must have been exhausting with the amount of high impact plays.
Bro, I was losing my breath, bro. I was gonna die out there.
No, there was that moment. I made the call when he returned that touchdown to go up 8. I thought that was maybe it, just because of the momentum shift there, and you clutched up. It was great to see.
Yeah, hopefully we don't play like this again, but we're battle hardened going forward after playing this type of game, versus the top opponents the last 3 weeks of the season and sniper and raging. So we'll see what this team can do off of the back of Will Levis.
Okay, bro threw 9 interceptions, brother.
But he threw 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions when it mattered most.
That's facts. I mean, it's here's the thing. You can have a perfect game, like Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl, like play really, really, really good, and if you don't do it at the end when it matters, it doesn't matter. And or you can play abysmally, but if you clutch up when it matters for 2 straight drives, big win.
Very big win. It would have been very sad to lose to Bats twice in the wild card round.
Definitely not what you were hoping for. To lose.
Normal dev Jalen Hyatt certainly came up big today, Doc. And
he did.
We're all proud of you.
He'll be star dev soon.
All right, guys. That was the MKL playoffs, Raiders versus Patriots. Thanks for tuning in, and maybe we'll see you for another playoff game at some point,
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bam, bada bing, boom, boom. Yep, that's right.